Where's my coffee? It's like my theme song. Hello folks! Welcome to another video with me, Stephanie Canada, the owner of Backroom Finds. I'm passionate about vintage, sewing, and not taking myself too seriously. If that sounds like your cup of joe, go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on the bell for post notifications, that way you never miss an upload. In today's video, I am going to be tackling one of my most asked questions. How do you clean your vintage? I'm going to be going in order from my least used product to my most used product. So make sure you stay with me so that you can see what I use the absolute most and I trust with all of my vintage. Quick disclaimer folks, the techniques and products I use are after trial and much definite error. If you wish to dive into cleaning your vintage, I always advise making sure you know a few things first. The content of your garment, the state of your garment, as in is it dry rotted, is it fine, does it just need a quick repair, etc. And if you really want to give it a shot, always make sure you start with the most gentle product first, and if that doesn't work, then slowly work your way up. Don't do what I did and start with OxiClean on everything. Alright folks, I am going to make sure that I link all the products I mentioned down in the description box below today. This is not a sponsored post, but I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you do choose to shop through those links down below, it does give me a little bit of commission to help support me and my channel. No pressure though. Alright folks, let's grab our coffees and get into it. We're going to start with my least used product. First up on the cleaning table, Zote Soap. Now while I have heard amazing things about this product, I ordered a 4-pack of it and still haven't opened it. It's supposed to be really great for oily stains, making your own homemade laundry detergent, and apparently getting rid of mosquito bites. Well, not getting rid of them, just making them less itchy. So it's a very cool product. It's harder to find in stores, but Amazon and Walmart and Target, they normally have it on their websites. So it's a lot easier just to order it online. All right, moving on to my next cleaning table item is going to be white vinegar and lemon. This was a products that were advised to me to use on really harsh stains on table linens only. I've given it a shot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I also live in Florida where they say use the vinegar and the lemon and then set it out on the grass so that the sun can bleach it. Well, yes, the sun can bleach it, but we don't have grass in Florida. We have glorified weeds, so I don't think it works quite as well. But it did work on a few occasions, and on a few occasions not. Next up on my cleaning table is going to be Synthrapol. It's an industrial strength pH neutral liquid detergent. What I use this for is when I have color bleed in a garment that is already coming to me. So I receive the garment and it's got color stains everywhere from being washed improperly or sweat, etc. I use this product to sometimes successfully, sometimes not, get the color stains out. Now the two things I really will say about this are, number one, use rubber gloves. This thing is intense. Number two, it's going to bleed a scary amount of color, and there's a good chance that your overall vibrancy of your garment is going to go down. However, it won't completely remove the color from the afflicted areas, but it will definitely lighten it and help release those sections. I advise using a very small amount in a very small bucket and really keeping an eye on it because this stuff is intense. It does have other uses as well. I just don't use them in any of those ways. My next product is going to be Woolite Delicates. And I specifically use the delicate version of this because I use this to clean any of my wool sweaters that come in. I always advise whenever you're washing your wool, you really keep an eye on it, especially the older wool, because the dyes are much looser, so they tend to bleed more. So really be careful about how you use this and really keep an eye on it. Like, maybe let it soak for an hour and turn it constantly and have one of the next couple of products in there so that it doesn't go anywhere. Don't worry, we'll get to it. And now we come to the ever-controversial OxiClean. While I do still use some OxiClean in my cleaning products, it was the first one that was recommended to me, and for better or for worse, I cleaned 100% of the vintage I first found in it. Some survived, some did not. OxiClean, as the name suggests, is an oxygen-based stain remover. Emphasis on stain remover, not an overall cleanser. So what you want to do with this product is I primarily use it on tablecloths that are pretty white already, because I don't want it to lighten any of the really pretty dyes on the tablecloths I do find, as I did the first couple times I used it. So what you want to really do is, I always advise running a hot bath, letting it dissolve fully, and then when it's still about warm-ish room temperature, you want to get your garment in there. You want to leave it between an hour to 6 hours, depending on the fiber content and how bad the stain is. You want to make sure that you're turning the garment so that way it doesn't only get dealt with on one side, so that the fibers have an option to get cleaned on both sides. I know some vintage dealers really rely heavily on OxiClean, but I found a few products that I really like more than OxiClean, so those are the ones that I tend to lean on as opposed to OxiClean. Now, for those heavy-duty spots and stains that you're going to eventually find on vintage if you're going to get into this business, don't come at me, use Shout. And I spray it on. I actually let it dry all the way. I let it typically sit for about 6 to 8 hours with the Shout on it dry, and then I start to clean it. I find that the Shout loosens up that stain really, really well without over-soaking the garment. I primarily do this on cottons and heavier weight items. I do not do this on rayons, on silks, on the more delicate fabrics. No. This is only for garments that you know can handle it. After the Shout's been applied, I then go through the rest of my treatment process as usual. Which is where my next one comes in handy. The Shout Color Catchers. These are life. I love them more than I can say. They have saved so many garments for me. I found a glorious Alfred Shaheen fern print dark green dress. I let it soak. I chucked in almost an entire box of color catchers between the soaking bathtub and the washing process. That thing bled like a mofo. It was insane. That water was bright green. However, it came out so wonderfully, and then swiftly went to a very dear friend of mine because it fit her perfectly. Color catchers are little sheets that will absorb the loose color as the garment is soaking. Any item you're gonna soak more than likely will bleed a little bit. Now, I don't normally worry about this because my main goal for these items is to get them clean. If they lose a bit of the coloring, it's not really the end of the world because they would have lost that eventually anyway. So for me, it's just a matter of mitigating any color bleed, which is where the color catchers come in really handy. And now my second favorite cleaner is going to be Biz. This stuff is amazing. It is an enzyme-based cleaner, and for me and my experience, it kicks OxiClean straight out of the park. It is so easy to use, it does the job, and it does it well. How I use Biz is pretty similar to how I use OxiClean. I pour a bath as hot as physically possible, and then I'm going to pour 1 to 2 scoops into the bath. I am then going to let it dissolve almost completely, unless I'm impatient, which never happens. But I do try and make sure the granules dissolve completely, and then I add my garment in while it's still warm. The reason Biz is so much better is because it is an enzyme cleaner. It's not only going to release the stains that you have, but it's also going to release all the dirt and grime and pit stains and all of the above. And now, my most favorite cleaning agent. Restoration. This stuff is like a little gift sent from the cleaning gods. Down to us peons. Oh, your corset cover is sad and stained and brown and dirty and disgusting? Here, let me clean it for you in 6 hours and it will be bright white and glorious again. It's truly an astonishing product. Is the price point the best? No. It's one of the more expensive cleaning products. A 5-pound tub will typically run you about $29.99, at least off Amazon. And then you'd get free shipping if you're a Prime member, so it's a little bit easier. The other thing to note about this product is that it does typically have sellout periods where it's very hard to get. So when you can get it, use it judiciously. Now the best way to use this product is to actually just follow the instructions on the box, which are using 3 scoops per gallon of water, making sure it's dissolved, letting the garment sit in the fully dissolved concoction for 15 to 20 minutes. Drain. Then you want to rinse and repeat 3 scoops per gallon and let that one sit 6 to 8 hours. This is why I advise using a smaller plastic tub for this, so that way you're not wasting as much product, because 5 pounds only goes so far when you're using 6 scoops per item. The thing to note with this product is that you never want to do it with a closed container, so if you are going to put it in a plastic tub, do not put the lid on. It will create air, which is what's going through the fabric to help clean it, as I understand. So if you close the container, there's a very good chance you could blow the lid off that container, quite literally. I really do use this on most of my delicate pieces because it truly is the best, it does the best work, and it's proven to work. Now, some folks do prefer retro clean, but I do truly prefer restoration for cleaning all of my garments. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. I make sure to upload every Tuesday and Friday, so there'll be plenty of content coming to you if you click that subscribe button as well. Go ahead and turn on the bell for post notifications, and we'll see y'all next time. I hear a child! It's like I knew it. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am, what can I do for you? So, God, I did not write this out well enough. I see that. And I need you to be quiet, please. Adventure is out there. Will we be one day? Next up in my cleaning entourage is going to be Synthrapol. Synthrapol. Why do I feel like I'm like bugging my eyes out to say that word? OxiClean, as the name infers, is an oxygen-based stain remover. Use it judiciously. And we'll see y'all next time. I have a pen in my hand.